Hello, I'm Tom Hopkins. I'm honored to be a part of this wonderful series, Foundations for Success. As a professional speaker, there's no greater feeling than to watch the light of understanding dawn on the faces of your students, then to hear their stories of success with your training. My field of teaching involves helping those who have chosen the field of selling as their vehicle to success. I teach them how to serve their clients well through effective communication skills and strategies. And even though I've trained millions of salespeople in my career, no other speaker that I know of has had the powerful impact of the great Jim Rohn. In fact, I used to call him the Socrates of our times. And what was funny, as we traveled together and did seminars on tour, I used to sit in the back of the room, and I would watch as thousands of people would sit enthralled by Jim as he delivered his wonderful presentation. And he had so many of what we call aha moments. And that's when a speaker says something and the audience in a way goes, aha. Or if there could be little light bulbs on top of all of their heads. As he delivered his presentation, it was like those little light bulbs would start coming on. And I'd watch him just so many hours, and the people would sit there enthralled. And you know one thing he did? He not only taught, but he proved that common sense is really not that common. So much of what he taught was not only fundamentally sound, but it was something that everybody needed to apply to their life, in all areas of their life. Now, our topic in this segment of Jim's training is influence. In this module, Jim talks about your ability to influence others with your words, your demeanor, your actions. The development of this skill is critical to success in sales or any endeavor where you need to persuade others. He also talks about ways to build bridges between you and other people. You must make connections on many levels before people will want to hear what you have to say. In my training, I teach that your number one goal when you first meet a person is to help that person like you, trust you, and want to listen to you. Don't miss that now. You see, many of you have a person in front of you that has to listen to you. But when you're really doing well and influencing, the have to turns into a want to, where you are educating, motivating, and having fun to where the influence is so gentle. You see, that's the foundation of a solid selling career. In fact, it's critical to your success anytime you have a need or desire to persuade others. Some opportunities for using persuasion, influence would include parents. You have to sell your values to your children. Job seekers who are selling themselves to potential employers. Fundraisers who are selling the value of charity. Friends or co-workers who want to persuade the group to go to the restaurant of their choice or a concert, play, or movie that they want to enjoy. Others who are selling concepts and ideas such as healthcare professionals and politicians. And of course, career sales professionals who earn incomes proportionate to the level of service they provide to others. One of the things I loved most about Jim Rohn's messages were that they were very simple concepts, yet they were so powerful. In fact, I once compared his delivery to being hit with a velvet hammer. So soft and gentle, yet he really knew how to drive those messages home. One of the key concepts Jim taught on the subject of influence was that you must be real with people. You must have integrity. When you help your buyers feel that you're a consumer just like they are, they'll relax with you. Your own life experiences will help you connect more closely with other people than any made-up story ever would. You see, the perceived stereotype of the salesperson is that they'll say anything to make the sale. To be successful, you need to be just the opposite of that. Don't exaggerate. Nothing destroys credibility more than misusing the facts. Those defense barriers will go up, and you'll make your job of selling your product or service harder than it needs to be. And I don't know your feelings about selling, but I will say this: our wonderful capitalistic free enterprise country is really based on selling. No company prospers unless someone has a way, either in person or on the telephone, of persuading and influencing people to do business with them. And of course, there's a lot of reasons why many people kind of look down on selling. It can be because maybe they had a bad experience in the past. And there are fears involved, you see. That's one of the challenges I think that a lot of people aren't aware of. There are people that when any selling situation starts, besides them sitting there, there's a little invisible person called Mr. Fear, who he is right there at the table, almost trying to convince this person not to invest, not to go ahead. And of course, by learning how to overcome fears, you'll not only influence people properly, but you'll help them want to help you build your business. I was so fortunate in my real estate career to, after 3 years, never have to prospect, because I worked so hard with people to create not a sale, but a long-term relationship where, yes, there was the like, the trust, and a true belief that I was there not to sell as much as to serve. I've tried my best in my teaching to convince people that become a servant to your fellow man with the benefits you offer. And if you come across with that true, sincere attitude, selling not only is fun, not only is easy, but over the years you will build a relationship and a reputation to where people will want to send business to you. Well, I so thank you for listening to this message. I appreciate you for investing your valuable time with me, and sincerely hope you've gained from it. Now be prepared to learn even more as you work your way through the 7th module on your journey to build a solid foundation for success, as the great Jim Rohn teaches you about influence.